Dr. Gitanjali Talele.
Good morning, all. Dr. Manchanda has given a very good overview of the clinical trials and the regulatory aspects of the homeopathy products. So I will be talking on the clinical research and clinical trials in homeopathy and the conventional field, and what are the requirements where we can differ into the regulations and all. So So this, since last many years, we have seen a lot of new outbreaks and emergencies, and the most unpleasant was the SARS-CoV-2 we have experienced. And this kind of emergence require the new drug discovery. So new drug discovery actually has a specific path where in conventional and modern field, this path is very well set. And in Ayush and homeopathy system and other system of medicines, it is still evolving. See, the clinical evidences are required to penetrate in the society for a large acceptance and everything. And the clinical evidences are only done through the clinical trials. So, as I said, in the modern medicine, the clinical trial rules and regulations are very well developed. In homeopathy also they are evolving. CCRH has published a GCP in homeopathy, that is good clinical practice. ICH GCP are the regulations, are the guidelines which are used worldwide for all kind of clinical trials. Another few guidelines such as biomedical research for a human participants, ICMR guidelines, these are very well followed in any kind of clinical trials. Now, do we really need a separate framework for new drug clinical trial regulations or rules in homeopathy? Ayush, let us talk about it in a subsequent slides. See, everybody accepts, and a lot of everyone here know that there should be integration in healthcare system. The interdisciplinary approach. Our all today's guests also spoke about that. We experience the integration of this system into the dominant system of medicine, and in a COVID pandemic, we have seen how Ayush medicines and the homeopathy medicine like arsenic worked well. So they provide us the rapid, more comprehensive and cost-effective methods. Where it works well, like we have seen in the COVID, chronic diseases, geriatric population, in the mental health, such kind of diseases actually require the integrative and the interdisciplinary healthcare. Even the oncology, Sangvi sir told that in oncology many integrated medicines are being used. We already see that some practitioners, they are prescribing the medicines like Himalayas, many products are in market, Dabur's many products are in market. Even the pharma companies like Cipla, Pfizer, they are coming with dietary supplements, they are coming with the pharmaceutical, nutraceuticals and phytopharmaceuticals, and these are gaining the popularity. Likewise, in homeopathy, there are many biochemics. There are many patent formulations. These formulations, and if are appropriate clinical trials and evidences are available of this trial, so practitioner can very well prescribe them. That is what I believe, and we should take a steps ahead for that. Lot of challenges are there, like drug standardization, fragmentation of system, integration system, but this is the time we should put proper mechanism for that, and proper guidelines, and we can surely overcome this kind of challenges. There are alternative medicine trials happening all over the world. WHO Global Center for Traditional Medicine has been inaugurated, and it is in place at this land only, on the Jamnagar, Gujarat. There are laws and regulations in 124 countries for herbal medicine, in 78 countries for the traditional medicines and complementary medicine. 45 countries offers the health insurance for the traditional medicines and complementary medicines. Since 2009 to 2020, there were almost more than 20,000 trials registered on CTRI only in India. So worldwide, there are more and more trials are happening, and the exponential increase of the clinical trials during COVID period was observed. The clinical trials in homeopathy are very old, actually. In 1990s also clinical trials were happening. In 97, there was a data published in the Lancet journal. So this is the Lancet, everybody know here, the Lancet journal's popularity and the scientificity of that journal. But this kind of clinical trials, that is randomized controlled clinical trials, have faced a lot of criticism. That may be due to the quality of the trials. So what we need is to conduct the clinical trial, quality clinical trial in accordance with the various guidelines. Then today also, if you see on the Ayush portal, you can view that clinical research, preclinical research, drug research, fundamental research. So the research is happening, a lot of research is happening, and many levels of different clinical trials, the guidelines and everything is evolving. But we should not stop here. We should be working more to strengthen these guidelines, and mandatorily following of these guidelines is required. So clinical trials are done in different phases, different types. For the new drug discovery, we need a specific kind of path to be followed for the trial. As Dr. Manchand also very clearly said that where there is a safe dose already documented, you have a first dose documented, you need not to have the toxicity studies. Like as per the OECD guidelines, you need not to do that kind of toxicity studies. So for homeopathy, we require some kind of waivers, or we require some kind of modification into the whatever existing guidance or guidelines are. So we should design that kind of system for us, because there are some inherent differences between this science. The homeopathy science is different. It is based on the different principle than that of the modern medicine. Here, you do the trial, which are few trials are different. The phases are different. Like here, you do the drug proving trial. There, you see the symptom picture. Okay, so this kind of trial needs different kind of analysis, and hence, due to this inherent differences between the science, you need some different kind of new drug clinical trial rules. So this is the misconcept that the clinical trials are expensive. The clinical trial budget, it depends on the what kind of objective, how you design the trial, what kind of investigations you plan into the trial, what kind of investigators you are following, what is trial duration, and what kind of patients are you enrolling into the trial. Recently, we conducted a very big clinical trial for the COVID nosode, which was invented by Dr. Rajesh Shah, Biosim Covax, and that was a preventive trial done in India at different 15 sites in 3,000 population. And believe me, there were around 20 to 25% of the investigators who were from modern medicine. So clinical trial in a homeopathy field is gaining acceptance. The ethics committee which approved this clinical trial, because this was a new drug and that to the COVID related, so the ethics committee which approved these trials were all ethics committee were CDSCO registered. We faced a problem to get the approval, but the homeopathy experts and advisors helped us to get through the challenges. And Another trial recently also we completed, that is of a gastroplex, where we have the investigators from modern medicine as well as the homeopathy. So such kind of trial really are required in the Ayush system, in the homeopathy system, to get the popularity of this medicine and the acceptance in the society. So do we really need the same kind of guidelines? I would say yes or no. Yes, in what sense? The yes in the ethics, yes in the standards, yes for quality, yes for a conduct, yes for designing. It should be randomized control trial. The conduct should be in a proper way, proper monitoring of this trial should happen. There should be transparency and there should be reproducibility. Ethics is the very main thing. It should have a proper regulatory approvals. It should have a proper ethics committee approvals, and where the participants' safety and ethics has to be preserved. So, and different kind of guidelines where we should differ. We can differ it from the safety aspects. As I said, we do not require so many animal trials, so many phases for the first few phases for the safety, from the safety aspects. The analysis of the data could be little different from the homeopathy perspective, and the drug standardization should be different. There are method for drug standardization, and standard drugs to be always used in the GMP setup area, manufactured in the GMP setup area. So we have seen that such kind of emergencies didn't allowed us to use the new homeopathy medicines during this COVID pandemic. So emergency use authorization and the restricted use authorization should be in place. So appropriate guidance and appropriate mechanism for bringing this kind of authorizations and doing more and more research should be in place. This is the time where we should work on that. So with my experience in the clinical research field and also in the homeopathy field, this is one paper. You can go through that. The proposed standards for regulatory mechanism for homeopathy drug development has been published in homeopathic link. I'm one of the co-author for that paper. There are many more clinical research trials what we have done. The articles were published in this journal. With this with this, I'll end my talk over here, saying that there is really a need for affordable, rational, and speedy clinical trial to happen in this country and all over the world. Thank you.